Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm George, and today I'm going to teach you a couple of techniques to really up your video production game with just a mobile phone. And with the help of that, I'm going to use one of these little things. This is Zhiyun's new gimbal, the Smooth XS. Very versatile, very small, fits in your pocket with an extendable grip as well as an extendable pole. So very flexible, a lot of options, and then want to take this out. With this help, let's see what we can do. Let's go. Now the first move, and it's probably one of my favorite moves, when done well, really puts your audience into your scene, really tells a story, and that's just a simple push. Now you might think, okay, it's a simple push, what's so special about a push? Well, depending on which angle you use and how you use it, and which camera lens, if you're using a wide or a telephoto, it tells a completely different story. When would you use it? Well, usually a start of a scene or opening scene. If you wanted to show a scene or a scenery, you can use it as a push in. If you do it on your actor or a subject and use a telephoto lens, it really draws the attention of your audience into the character's mind. As you're thinking, what is he thinking? It really puts an emphasis on their focus. So two very simple techniques, but very effective. Now to complement the push is the pull. So as you know, you can push in, but you can also pull out. So as, that's what she said. So as you're pulling out, why do I keep using that word? Now if you use a wide angle lens here, you're basically saying to the audience, okay, I'm leaving the scene, I'm actually closing, this is the end. It's basically a conclusion or a drawback. Now if you do it on a person, it's more of an emotional escape where I'm abandoning this person, I'm leaving her, she's vulnerable and she's been abandoned, she's been left behind. It doesn't necessarily take away the focus on the character, but it definitely draws out the emotion and the disconnect with the actual character and the audience. Okay, so the next movement is the orbit. So as you know, around the world, the orbit, whatever you want to call it, it's really easily done. You basically just follow your subject around a circle. Now with the help of Zhiyun, you can actually extend the pole so you get a better angle if you're shooting from down low looking up, or if you're shooting from up and down low. It just gives that extra grip, extra extension. Once again, you can use a wide angle or a telephoto lens. It gives two very different concepts. The wide angle gives a more wide presence of the scene as well as the surroundings, where the telephoto is once again more focused on the character. Michael Bay uses this a lot. One of his favorite looks is from down low and look up, and then the rotation. Once again, it puts a great emphasis and a heroic shot of the character, give that parallax feel. So something for you to consider, but another great move to add to your arsenal.
Shit just got real.
Breakdown. Now, like all moves, you can always move it up, down, or you can move it in, out from your subject so that it creates a more depth or a more dynamic interaction between your audience and your character. Keep in mind though, make sure you keep your subject close or as possible in the middle as you can. This is very important to really make sure your eye is focused and you want the audience attention to be focused in that one particular spot. Of course, if you want a different purpose, you can alternate and then maybe move it around, but usually you would have the subject right in the middle. To do this easily, you can use Zhiyun's app to actually lock onto your subject's face, and as you rotate, it will help you rotate and adjust so that it makes it a lot more accurate while you're spinning around or orbiting around your subject. Okay, because we've got this extendable pole, no, it's a good selfie stick, but it has other purposes. So one of the benefits is that you can reach places that you would otherwise will have difficult or have trouble reaching. So for example, in this scene, I let my subject walk and shoot herself. So if you're by yourself, you want to do a vlog and you want to shoot a different perspective, you can use this method and you can actually look close to the ground. By being close to the ground, you're actually giving a more dynamic feel to your video because your foreground and your background is actually moving at a very fast pace. So here we've got a front on shot or a selfie shot of your foot as she was walking across the street. Once again, she had it held backwards, and then we had the same shot following her from behind. So very cool different shots you can try at home, do it yourself with the phone, something different to really spice up your video. being an extra longer grip, we can use it like a jib. And what the jib is, basically, it's one of those professional rigs, like an extended arm where it can raise us up or down. So in this case, we do a quick reveal shot. So from low to high, we raise up by standing up and then extending the grip up into the sky. This gives a more reveal, a welcoming, or understanding that, okay, now we're a new presence, or we are in a scene or environment that's big, it's wide, and it's welcoming, or etc. You actually establish a scene or a place in the shot. So something that's could be useful. And once again, you can also do the opposite by coming down. This gives the opposite feeling of it's a closure at the end of the scene, or we're actually leaving this area. So two different shots that you could use. Okay, so a couple of more other shots that I'd like to share with you, and this one is just basically, once again, similar to the previous ones, but given that we got the extra reach, we can do a little more dynamic shot, similar to a first person or a POV mode, so to say. You basically extend your arm into something of a close branch or something of narrow. This actually creates a foreground, background difference. So because the foreground is so close to you and the background is actually moving slower, it gives that dynamic look. So this is what I did. I stood up and then basically put the pole into a tree or a branch and then actually drew it out. So it's more of a reveal scene. Slowly you're actually anticipating what is coming next, and you got more branches and more branches. You're like, whoa, how did he do a shot like this with just a mobile phone? Well, it's the extra grip and the extra length that I've got on this pole. So that makes it a little bit more different, but yeah. Now the next one, you need help from a helping hand or a friend. Basically what I did is a similar principle as the previous one. I've extended the stick and I've gone through an area. It's more of like a pass-through or FPV drone where you fly through, and then on the other end you have someone else grabbing the stick and actually continuing the motion. People are a little bit trippy about, well, how did it get through that little narrow hole, or through a car, or through a brick wall? That's usually how it's done. So something small like this with a mobile phone, you can do it fairly easily, and given that the stabilization on this is fairly good, you can probably pull off some very easy, video shots that's good enough for your everyday vlog. Okay, so that's it for this episode. Hope you learned something. Hope that was exciting, not just learning how to use it, but when to use it and why you should use it. I think I want to bring you something that's more in-depth and not just a basic technique. So the principle behind it, I think that's very important, because how and when to implement, they go hand to hand. So okay, well, I'm George. If you like this episode, feel free to consider possibly give me a like and subscribe, and then turn on that notification button for a new update. Or feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions with today's episode. So I'm George, and I guess I'll see you again next time. Peace.